I wasn't really completely on board with it. I personally don't want to do a semi ever again. I was scared to do it because I wasn't know what to expect.
What's going on, guys? This is Edgar. The grind don't stop. We had the dealership again. Nathan's out there working on his truck, getting something from his truck. Got a pretty dirty vehicle, but we're not going to focus too much on this vehicle today. That's going to be a separate video. It's probably yesterday's video or tomorrow's video. I'm not sure what the schedule is so far, but that's going to be a separate video. But what I do want to share with you guys is the time that actually we worked on a semi. So it's something that we had never done before, but I had promised the customer that we would be able to do it, and I want to tell you how that went and if we've done semis since then and what we plan on doing on the future. So since me and Nathan are both partners in this, sometimes we disagree on a few things. Sometimes we have different thoughts, so I'm gonna share my thoughts on this and Nathan's thoughts when we were doing that semi. All right, so first of all, a little bit of a backstory on this semi. So this was in 2020, so it was our first full year of actually detailing. Both of us were still working our other jobs. Detailing at the time was still like a side gig for us, mainly on the weekends. And we had somebody who actually reached out to us and they wanted us to work on their semi. Well, it was one semi and the other one was actually like some sort of like a dump truck that they used. I believe they moved dirt around or cement. I don't remember what it was exactly, but they were big construction vehicles, and they wanted us to like give them a basic wash on the outside. And I said yes. I automatically said yes. I said, hey, maybe I haven't done it in the past, maybe it's something different, but I'll figure it out. I'll do some research. I figured it can't be that hard, right? Well, that's where I was wrong. It was a lot more work than I anticipated. Yeah, we were, at the end of the day, it just took forever to do it. But let me show you what Nathan thought about this.
He had mentioned that we were supposed to do the semi, and automatically, I was like, we never done a semi before. I don't know if I even want to, do the job. But, Edgar had already said yes, so I was like, oh man, I don't know about this. Like, I never done a semi, we both never done a semi, and I wasn't really completely on board with it. I was still kind of just like, I was scared to do it because, I wasn't know what to expect. On top of that, it seemed like, it was going to take us a little while to do. And at the time we didn't have, a huge tank or, water or nothing. We didn't the right soap either. So I was just like worried about all these things that could go wrong. But Edgar was like, yeah, it's fine. We can figure this out. We got this. We can order, soap. We can order the right brushes and everything. We just gotta try it and figure it out. And I was like, okay, whatever you say, we'll try it.
All right, so Nathan was upset that I went ahead and agreed to this customer's request, but at the time we didn't have any maintenance customers yet, and this guy made it seem like he was ready to get on board and get them done monthly. So I was pretty excited for that, and I didn't want to leave any money on the table. So I did my research. Obviously, looked up YouTube, went on Google, tried to see what kind of soaps, and I found a few soaps. I forget what they're called. I'll leave a link for them if anybody wants to check them out, but they were a little bit pricey. Of course, we ended up getting them from Amazon, and because that's the only place that I knew. So they were a little bit pricey, and we didn't even have that much. I think we ended up using like a gallon for everything. It was supposed to be like a touchless wash, but we still took those brushes that I showed you guys. So we took those brushes and we were gonna do it. The biggest problem that we ran into is that at the time, we only had a 35-gallon water tank, and we did not anticipate whatsoever how much water we were gonna need. Customer did have water on the property. We had to take at least 10 trips to get more water, just because the trucks were so dirty. They had a lot of mud, and they were just had like, I guess, a lot of grease, oil. I'm not sure what it was, but it was super dirty. The soap was supposed to take care of it. It was supposed to be like a commercial type soap that would take care of these things, that was meant for semis, that was meant for trucks. However, it wasn't really taking care of it, or maybe I just didn't know how to use it, honestly. So after those 10-11 trips that we did, we finally got it done. It took us forever, literally forever. I think it took us like the whole day to do it. We were at somebody's property. They had their animals. It was just crazy. Every time we would go fill up water, the animals were right there barking at us. Cows would come along, see what was going on. The horses would just randomly surprise us, see what they want to know what was going on as well. But we finally got it done. We got it done after, you know, at least 10 hours, I think. And at the end, I believe we charged him, I could be wrong, I have to go back and look at our records, but I believe it was like $80 for the big semi, and maybe like $50. So it was like, it wasn't that much. We made like $130, $140. And of course, the customer never reached out again. It was just a one-time thing. We did take a few pictures, so I'll share those pictures with you guys. I believe we might have video. If I can, I'll share that with you guys as well. All right, Nathan, so what were your overall thoughts about everything that happened with the semis?
So overall, I did not like my experience watching them. It wasn't fun. I didn't know what I was doing, and neither did Edgar. So overall, just not a fun experience.
But did anything go bad, or did anything go wrong?
Okay, a few things went wrong. First, at one point, I thought we messed up one of the semi's paint. It was like discolored, and I didn't know if it was like that before we got there or not. So I was worried about that. Edgar said that it was already like that, but I thought we messed up this dude's paint. So I thought we were gonna have to pay to repaint a whole semi. So I was worried about that the whole time. Second, the soap that Edgar had bought is supposed to be a a touchless wash that you just spray it on, spray it off, and the semi becomes automatically clean. But once we got there and used it, it was not that experience. The semi looked very dirty.
So did you think that you were maybe not using it correctly, or what do you think happened?
I think it could have been that the soap didn't do what it was advertised to do, but I think it was mainly that we didn't know the right techniques, and that we're supposed to do things a little bit differently, but we just didn't know what we were doing.
And on top of that, we didn't even have any hot water either. We were just doing cold water, so I think that was probably a big mistake on our part. Yeah,
and definitely just not having a big enough tank wash the truck with the sufficient amount of time. We had the little 35-gallon tank that Edgar had mentioned, so we had to take multiple trips back and forth to wash the semi.
So overall, do you think you ever do a semi again, or have you guys done a semi since?
So no, we never done a semi since. I personally don't want to do a semi ever again, just because of this experience. I don't have any experience in that, so I don't really want to do it. I didn't have a fun experience washing a semi.
All right, guys, so that was our experiences washing down those semis. Like Nathan's saying, would not recommend. I know there's definitely the right way to do things. We do not know how to do them. That's not something that we have training on. In the future, if the right opportunity came along, I definitely would want to learn more. However, the opportunity is not here right now, and we just don't have that type of training. If any of you guys have done semis before and you want to share your experiences, you want to share some tips for us, definitely leave them down in the comments below. I would love to read them. I would love to learn more, because at the end of the day, we have to learn and we have to continue improving. That's the only way we'll be able to survive in the business. You guys be safe. You guys take care. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're still working on this vehicle here, and that's gonna be a separate video, so go and watch that, because this vehicle is extremely dirty. A lot to do here. All right, you guys be safe.